Hey everyone. All right, let's get into this. All right, so like spoken on before, we're going to get into a series of videos here to outline but detail Matthew's 10, where we talk about the four different works that Yeshua wanted his disciples to have. Now, in getting into this, I wanted to bring out this idea. The works that Yeshua outlined for his disciples, the students, and the works that he was training them, teaching them and training them to do and have to go out to his people, as well as others. This work is work. How should you think of it in the context of salvation? Well, if you think of salvation as far as the light and the darkness, but time, eternal time. So I guess if you look at the space between my hand and you say, okay, this is eternal time. God created today. Okay. That eternal time, some things that we got to understand is, in the very beginning, when God created the light and the light from darkness, he created all the light. Okay. The light that was created, and it goes in a body, out of a body, goes back in time. It goes in a body, it comes out of a body, goes in time, and then comes in a body and come out the body and goes in time. So a soul or a ghost, the spirit of a living soul, it goes into eternal time, into a physical time. You're a living soul. Then you jump out of that and you come back into eternal time, and then jump back into living time. And then you're doing this continuously. Some writings say you do that until you get it right. Paraphrasing, of course. Yogi, Hinduism, and all of those, they talk about the reincarnation. Yeshua talks about the reincarnation. The whole point to this is salvation. In the context of salvation, is just simply being of the light. If the work you do that's on this time of earth, it could be of the time in eternal time. And if the light sees fit, then you'll come back into this physical time, but a different timeline of the physical time. Because as eternal time and you're dropping in and out, eternal itself is a straight line, right? You're just dropping out and coming back. Okay. So when we talk about going to heaven and you're a follower of Yeshua, you're following a Yeshua to do the work, and that work needs to be in a perfect state. And if it's in a perfect state, when you pass from this physical time, you'll jump into a eternal time, but you'll be on the light side. Now, I hope you guys got that. If not, rewind and listen to it again. Matthew 10 talks about, for it is not ye that speaks, but the Spirit of your Father which speaks in you. So in other words, when we talk about the car and you're the driver and you have passengers, the passengers, and of course, is the guardian angel. Then you have another guardian angel on the dark side, so the light side and the dark side. And then you have the ghost, okay? We know it as the ghost, the spirit, the Father in this context of Yeshua. When you go out and you do the things that Yeshua did and tells his disciples to do, when you go out, there are some things that you should not speak of and do. And that is because your eyes, your senses see the physical. You don't see the eternal. And thus, when the Spirit of the Father which speaketh in you, so you allow that Spirit to speak on your behalf, they speak because they see something you don't. They know something you don't. And you have to get comfortable with this communicating fashion, meaning you're talking and then all of a sudden, without anybody knowing, you blank out and allow the Spirit to talk. And you do that because sometimes the Spirit may be talking to a devil or a demon or an unclean spirit or something that it sees very clearly. You are aware of it, but they see it, they know it, and they can control that devil, that demon, that unclean spirit. So you have to get to that point of coming in and dropping out, coming in and dropping out. I'm highlighting the things you should know. I'm not going to give you anything to do on this platform. Just be mindful. So when you're driving and you're talking and you're having fun and you're talking to your mate or your coworker or just your friends, then all of a sudden a situation come up, you have to drop out and allow the power of the light to shine. Okay? When you counsel someone, you're listening to the passengers communicate about that person you're talking to. So in other words, you're talking as flesh, talking to another flesh, but the ghost is talking through your flesh, and the evil spirit or the spirit is listening through that flesh, getting the point and the message. And I say these things because if you understand Matthew 10:20, then you will clearly understand we do not fight against flesh and blood. We don't fight against the people you see. We fight against the people you see and the passengers that's within them. And so in context, one could argue the fact that, are we doing drive-by shooting? Because the dark side within them is driving by time. And as they pass the eternal and physical time, they're shooting curses at you. They're shooting hurt at you. They're shooting things that should not be upon you. And because you may not have the right passengers of the light strong enough to defend against that, and you may not have the knowledge to defend against that. You may not understand because you're not one have it, the ghosts, the spirits, the legions, the virtue, and so on. You may not have the Father, the gods, plural, God out of you're not following the light. And so your body is not equipped with the team to block the team that's within that body, because we don't fight against flesh and blood. So you have to look at people as vehicles. As a vehicle, what's in their vehicle? And this is how I came about to comprehend what I was being taught. So as I grew spiritually, and as you will grow spiritually, you will get to a point where somebody might say, "Can you heal me? I need your help. I've heard that you're a spiritual man. You can heal somebody." And so in this context, the physical body is talking to your physical self. But because we do not fight against flesh and blood, you have to allow that spirit of the light, the ghost, and so on, to talk on your behalf to give the message. Yes, we will heal you. Or no, we won't heal you. You know you were in sin. Once you get to that level, you don't have to worry about doing things of yourself, because you will know when you do things of yourself. And when you do things of yourself, you will know the dangers of doing things of yourself, because Yeshua clearly says to those, "I've done wonderful work. I prophesied in your name." And Yeshua says, "I know you not, because workers of iniquity." You went solo. You didn't work with your team. You don't even have a team. And so when you're going out doing these things, you're doing it. You're the driver. You're talking. You see, you got the knowledge. You're doing it. You may not even have passengers. Okay. How do you get passengers? You have to be alone for a while. You have to meditate for a while. You first start and you go and build your table. You set it up. You open the ritual. You ask for a ghost. You ask for a spirit. You ask for a Lord. You get the Lord, you get the Spirit, and then you close the ritual. We talked about these things, right? Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at the video. Then once you did that and you've written things down, you need time to get with the spirits, understand the spirits, comprehend the spirits. What do I mean? The angel versus the ghost versus a demon, and they all in your physical form, this body as a passenger, they all sound the same. The message is different. The angel, I know the angel because the angel says, "Go right, go left. Just go here." He's directing, he's giving me a direction.